Today, I want to talk about a strategy that will help you book jobs. It's called I Don't Need This Job, but I'll talk about it right after I ask you to subscribe and hit the bell so you know the next time I post one of these helpful videos. So, I like to go into every casting, every audition with a thought in my head. I think to myself, I don't need this job. In fact, I tell that in my head to the casting director, the P2P that I'm auditioning on. I say, you know what? I don't need this job. So I don't need to do great right now. I don't need to be anything. So that is an important step in removing fear and in removing those voices in your head that give you bad advice. So there are two voices in your head, essentially. You have, well, maybe more if you're a little wacky and you do some animation voices like me, but essentially two voices. There's the voice of need, which is a fear-based voice. It is the thing that tells you you're not good enough. It tells you that you're going to screw this up. It says that you're not qualified. That is your ego. So essentially, I'm not telling the casting director I don't need this job or thinking it. I tell my ego I don't need this job. Hey, screw you, ego. I don't need this job, and I don't need your advice. So there's another voice, the want voice. It's the voice of joy, of curiosity. It's the child voice inside you. I want this. Does a child ever say, I need to play? Well, maybe. But more so, he probably says, I want to play. A child wants to go outside or wants to play video games. These are things that is just a fact. It's joy as opposed to fear. If a child feared something, he would never do it, or he or she would never do it. All right? Now, to identify these voices, to make them manageable, the strategy that I use is to give them a name. So my negative voice, I call the saboteur, because he's the one that says, you're going to screw this up, Carl. Hey, are you sure about this? He's the voice of doubt, the voice of desperation, the voice of need. And when I give him a name, I'm like, not now, saboteur. I'm not really interested in what you have to say right now. I don't need to be anything that you say I need to be. I am just going to go in there, be myself, and approach this with curiosity, with joy, and with a sense of discovery. What can I find out when I do this thing with pure joy and with fun and have fun? That is the approach that I use when going into auditions. You can read more about this, more details about this, hit some links in the written blog, and that's on my website at thecarlbishop.com. And one more bit of advice. I found some really helpful tips on this concept by reading Jack Plotnick's website. He has a free acting advice book on his website, and just Google Jack Plotnick. It's spelled right here below so you can see. That's it for this time. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.